Budgeting your energy. How does one quantify energy? Well, we assign units to them, and the most well-known one is the calorie. This is what we use for nutrition and exercise. In other words, our bodies are like this engine or a furnace that burns through the calories every single day, and it needs this constant fuel to function. And now let's talk about why. Why should you manage your calories? That's a good question. In my opinion, so that you can be optimally useful. Again, you are that much more useful when you're able to respond. Response able. If your toddler bolts off towards the road, will you be able to respond? Like the engine in your car. If you leave your engine idle for a long time, it will become sluggish or even die. This energy equation or balance must be mindfully managed so that you can perform at an optimal level. There will always be this tug or dance between being in a caloric deficit or in a caloric surplus. Whether your goal is to gain weight or to lose weight, you cannot escape being aware of it. Just be cognizant of it for starters. That's a very good step moving forward. So how? How to do this? You can't manage what you don't measure. In other words, you need a means to track your calories as accurately as possible. And numbers certainly help with this. Each food you put into your mouth has a number, and each physical movement that you do also has a number, both of which need to be accounted for. The app that I use on a daily basis is a calorie counter, simply because my brain can't do intuitive eating. Now, for you, if you're able to do this without ever seeing the numbers, go for it. I know that there are mental and psychological aspects to this as well, so this is not the only way of doing things. But for me, this is the thing that has worked well and continue to work. I use the app called NutriCheck as I'm based in Europe. I look for the food in the database and I log it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as snacks. The number at the end of the day should be at a slight deficit. Don't worry, your body will know to store calories. I'm sure there are many others like it. There's the FitnessPal, among others. But whatever works for you, I believe that by measuring and tracking, you will be able to manage your weight gain or weight loss. I guarantee you that if you do this every day, you will see results eventually. For me personally, my particular goal is to build and maintain muscle. So I aim to have 100 grams or more protein each day. And I do this without having to go over the calories that I've assigned for that day. NutriCheck will estimate what you need for you when you first configure it. I went from 150 pounds to just under 140 pounds in weeks by consistently tracking and conscientiously watching what I eat. You might ask, is it healthy for my mental health, counting calories? I can only speak for myself, and for me it has been, because I become aware of the rubbish that I put into my body. But for you, you might have to experiment to see what works. It well may be other methods, but at its core, the energy balance must be maintained. If you're at a slight deficit, you will lose weight. If you're in a surplus, your body will store more calories and you will gain weight.